Here with the Forged Trader, where successful traders aren't born, they are forged, and successful streamers need microphones. Anyway, we are talking about trading today. Trading involves risk. Please make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. Son of a bitch. All right, I did it again. Only this time, I'm so used to having my wired mic always in play that the reason I would sometimes have issues with it is because I never checked it. And so you don't check it, there's a glitch, you have no audio. Well, I got these new little micro, wireless little lavalier mics. This, is connected to it's connected to a receiver. I've got the little lav connected, whatever. And because I'm not used to using this, I completely forgot to even pull it out of the case, hook it up, turn it on. So, doesn't feel very forged, but I don't think anybody was ever forged through simplicity. I think it oftentimes takes that adversity, that heat, that pressure, and that continual beating, as I said in the podcast. Anyway, so a couple things. Number one, go check out the Forged Trader podcast on Apple and Spotify. First 4 episodes are live. Episode 5 is landing tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys have given me through this channel, through Facebook, through these streams, and now hopefully through the new podcast. So anyway, check that out. Depending on where you're watching me right now, if you want to follow me and really have more access to everything that I'm doing, make sure to find me on Facebook. You can either follow me at The Forged Trader or just friend me at Gates Adams, or Gates W. Adams, I think is what it's set up as. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out and spending some time with me, especially putting up with all the bullshit with no audio. All right, I'm done with that. Okay. So I do want to talk a little bit about today. Today was an interesting day. As you can see, I was up. Green is green. Look, at this point, I really need to embrace the green is green. I was tested today a lot. And first and foremost was that beautiful little run-up on NQ. I got none of that. Right? I had no entry, nothing came in, none of what I've been looking for, what I've been trading, what has actually been working for me came through until about, I don't know, maybe 10:50, 10:55. I did finally get into one trade, but I had a little bit of a technical glitch. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but what ended up happening, I've got 5 accounts, should have been copied across all 5, and I only got into my position on one. I had that scramble moment. I've done this a couple of times, and I've got to get better at my reaction to these situations. But I was in a trade on one account out of the 5, and then I kind of scrambled to get in on all the rest of them. So as you can see, there is a bit of a disparity between the results from the different accounts. As you can see, the one that's 116.70, that was the one that got into the initial trade at the right moment, and the other 4... I know, don't chase trades, but I did, and whatever. That was my first mistake of the day. But I got to tell you, my patience held out for being, what was I in the charts for an hour and a half almost with no trades. I mean, I know for me that's a struggle. I know for a lot of traders that FOMO, that desire to get into a trade, that is so strong, so deeply tempting, and I did manage to hold out from that temptation. So anyway, I did finally get into a trade, made my first mistake by chasing that trade on the other 4 accounts. I should have just let it go, but I didn't. And as I've said, and I've seen, and I've experienced, the second you make that first mistake, the second mistake is sure to follow, and it was. I got out of that trade. I was profitable on all of the accounts, so it was good from that standpoint. And then I thought, well, look, it's 11 o'clock. I'm getting into lunchtime. I'm kind of expecting the market to do this move back up, which, I don't know. I shut down my charts because I need to not have that temptation in front of me. I guess I can see them over here, but whatever. Maybe it's come back up. Who knows? But I put on a single micro contract with a really tight stop loss. I mean, I think the risk on it was like $20, which I was up close to $100 even on the accounts that didn't get the full run. And so I thought, again, playing with house money, do not need to think of trading like gambling. That is a habit that I need to get out of, and I struggle. We all struggle. That's one of my struggles. Anyway, so I put it on, and sure enough, it went against me. I mean, it spent a lot of time in the green, and then it ended up coming against me because it didn't hit the target that I had set. My whole idea was I was just going to let it roll for however long it took, hours maybe, just make sure I checked it before the end of the day. And it didn't go my way, and then I did it again, and I think I did a little bit more risk on the second one and ended up losing that one too. I shouldn't have been in either of those trades. They were not actual setups that I look for. They were in just kind of a presumption of what I expected the market to do. Look, I feel like this temptation is always going to be there. And I feel like my reaction to that temptation is getting lesser and lesser. At least I sized down instead of sizing up. But that's not the point. The point is I made one mistake that led to another, that led to another, and ultimately my results suffered. I realized what I was doing. I shut everything down. I closed out the day. I'm a little bit green. I can live with a little bit green. But again, it's just that, God, man, you just gotta fight that fucking temptation. And I do absolutely see myself getting better. However, I just have to be aware of the fact that it's there, and it's always going to be there. I'm not going to live without that temptation in my life. I think it'll get easier to not succumb, but I just think it's always going to be there. So anyway, that's pretty much where I landed today. So I wisely shut everything down, closed my charts. Everything is all turned off. It would take such an effort to go back in and open everything back up that I would hopefully realize that I was making a big mistake as I was doing so. So anyway, little by little. So anyway, after all said and done, I'm up about $800 per account. It just so happened that the one account that was a little bit ahead of the rest happened to be the account that was a little bit behind all the rest before. So kind of leveled them out for whatever that's worth. I don't know if that matters or means anything. It just means that they'll all hopefully pass at about the same time. So I'm getting there. I'm definitely fighting the fight. Tomorrow is Thursday. The last 2 Thursdays have been rough on me, but I will be back in, and I will be very conscious and aware of my commitment to myself and to my trading. I will not be trading on Friday. I've got some other stuff going on. In fact, I'm even going to call it a short day tomorrow. So you should probably get my live, hopefully with audio, early on. Anyway, go check out the Forex Trader podcast. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I would love your feedback, and if any of you guys have any ideas or anything that you think that I should talk about on the podcast, let me know. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I love you all. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you guys